Hey friend, in this video, I'm going to show you a new plugin from Waves called Curves Resolve. It is out today as of this video coming out. And also if you're catching the video within the 48 hours that it comes out, this plugin's absolutely free for you to pick up from the Waves website. There's a link below. Just want to let you guys know there's also a mixing cheat sheet built for live worship recordings, which is what this channel is all about. Let's dig into the plugin. I don't want to waste any more of your time. So you guys can see on the screen, this is the new plugin, Curves Resolve. And so basically what this plugin is built for is to create space for the most important things in your song. So I'm going to show you 3 really killer examples of how I have actually used this plugin the past couple of weeks since they sent it to me, and how you can use it to just create space. It can be like almost like a finalizer for your song. It can keep you from doing so much automation whenever you don't need to do as much. So whenever you boot up the plugin, it's going to look something like this. And you can see that you can't really do much with it until you sidechain something to it. So I have all of my buses split up. So I have an instrument bus here, effects bus, vocal bus, different rooms and drums and everything is all separated. And so this is a live worship recording. If you guys did not catch the video that I put out last week, this is a live worship recording from a gig that I did. And in that past video, I go through all the microphones that were used. There's no overdubs on this song. It's all live. And yeah, so go check that out if you want more information. You can also pick up the multi-tracks for this song. So I'm just going to give you guys a listen to the mix real quick for just a few seconds, so you can just hear what it sounds like now, and then you can hear what it sounds like after we use Curves Resolve to kind of create some more space in the mix for us. So you guys get the gist of the mix. Sounding huge. But like, what if your vocals aren't popping out enough? Okay, so this is a good example. This is how I would use this plugin first and foremost, is in a dense mix like this where you got a lot going on. We got keys, backing tracks, guitar, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, bass guitar, and drums. There's just a lot happening, and you want your vocals to sit on top. So I would go to my instrument bus, put Curves Resolve on here, and then we're going to sidechain it, because you can't do anything with it until you sidechain something to it. So then we will sidechain what will be my all vocals bus to the instrument bus. And so now when I do that, you see this pops up right here. And what's cool about this is that it has like a learn function. So basically it's going to use some AI in the background. And we're not big on AI, right? Like it's been hit or miss. This one's kind of cool because it just analyzes the frequency range of the side chain. So it's not really doing any AI EQing for you or anything like that. It's just analyzing the actual signal coming in, so that it can then analyze what's happening in instrument bus and see where it's clashing. So, and then I will go to the sidechain content here, and we're gonna do vocals. And you can see there's a bunch of different ones here. You got vocals, rap, dialogue, voiceover, choir, bass, brass, guitar, kick, piano, snare, and also full range. But we're going to go with vocals, and then we are going to go back to where we were here, and when we're going to hit learn. And then whenever it starts blinking stop, you can hit stop, and it says learning successful. And so you can tell it's split up into 4 bands here, and in each band you can control basically this is basically the threshold, or the amount that it's doing within that band. And then you have a master here, a master control here, and then you have a slider here that goes from dynamic to steady. So it decided that it should be completely dynamic, which I fully agree. I don't want it to be a static pulling out stuff out of my instrument bus just from the the signal that it received and learned. I want it to be only pulling out those frequencies whenever the vocals are actually singing. So now what we can do is I'm going to hit play, and you guys should be able to see there's going to be some reduction here as I bring this knob up. So you can see there's a lot of buildup here, right in this 1K range, which is where I was hearing it as well. Like I felt like I was losing a little bit of the power of the vocal because of the instruments. And so what this is going to do is it's just going to pull it down in the instrument bus just briefly so those vocals can really push over. Now let's go over a little bit more of this plugin. So you do have some filters here. You can adjust, from 20 hertz to 20K hertz. And then you also have a tilt knob as well, and you can adjust that there. I won't really touch any of those just because since you have 4 frequency bands to choose from, that's not really necessary in my opinion. And then you can click on this advanced control section here, and you have your attack and release, which is awesome. I like a fast release on this type of stuff. I don't want it to hold on. And then this is also a pretty fast attack. It's at 5 milliseconds and then 15 milliseconds. I'm not going to touch that. I like that. And then even more importantly, you have this precision knob. So this precision knob is basically going to hone in on basically like the exact frequencies that are overlapping within the mix from the sidechain content to the channel that the plugin is on. And so you can think of this as like a Q knob on like an EQ. So let me just demonstrate that real quick. So I'll just throw up a Pro Q4 here for you. And so let me change this to just a regular. So you have this, right? And then when you change your Q knob, it gets wider, right, or tighter. And so that is basically what that precision knob is doing. And so I can actually show you this. So we'll hit play. I'll turn this up a little bit just so we can see it some more. And so I'm going to turn this precision knob up, and you're going to see those Q points where the frequencies are overlapping get a lot tighter.
May I never lose the wonder of your presence. May I always stand in awe of who you are. Oh, the beauty and the gift.
And so if you want it to sound natural, I would say pull this back. I have been finding anywhere from 20 to 40% on this. Sounds really, really good in most cases. Now, if you want to get really pinpointy, you can. Like that's all up to you. There's an auto makeup gain. I have that turned off. I don't want it to bring the gain up. And then there's a built-in limiter. I think it automatically turns on, which I don't like. So Waves, are you listening? Just please turn that off. Like when it comes on, I would rather that be turned off. I know it's kind of a safety feature, but we're not adding anything. We're taking away stuff. So it doesn't really make sense. And then if you guys want to get even more precise, so you have your precision knob, but then you can come in here in these frequency bands and really pull them down or pull them up if you want to do less just in that area. And so you can kind of get nitpicky. And then obviously like these are adjusted, so you can adjust the frequency bands and everything. But so we're just going to leave it about where it was. Yeah. And then on this area, so like say I actually want more clarity in this 2 to 5K range or whatever this is, 2 to 6. So we can come in here, hit play. And then you can bring it up or down if you want more. So if you want more vocal in that area, you can then pull this down, or if you don't want as much masking there, you pull it up. So super, super, super cool plugin. I'm going to pull this back because we are doing way more than I want to, but this is like a nice finisher move to do whenever you've got this huge mix and you just want the vocals to you just want them to pop out just a little bit, but you don't want to change anything on your mix because it's like everything sounds good. But it's just like, it just needs a little bit of a change. So I'm going to dial this in for myself real quick.
Anything I lose the wonder of your presence. May I always stand in awe of who you are.
Super digging that. Okay. Next example, second example, we're going to talk about the low end. So low end is always, it's just challenging, especially if you don't have the perfect monitoring, you don't have the perfect setup. I totally get it. So what we're going to do is, so I want the low end of the kick to stand out more. And so the two things that are blocking it are going to be the bass guitar. And then the synth bus, which is just backing tracks in this case. Which has a pretty beefy synth bass built into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Curves Resolve on both of them. So for this one, we only need mono. And then on this one, we only need stereo. Resolve. There we go. Okay. And then on both of them, we are going to set the sidechain to the kick. So I'll set it to my kick bus on that one. And then we're going to set it to the kick bus on this one. And then, so I really just want the low end. So we'll start with the bass real quick. So we're going to hit learn, just bring it back here, hit learn. Seeing the kick there, we're going to change the sidechain content to kick here. And then we're just going to solo the bass and we're going to solo the kick here. And then we're just going to bring it up. Cool. And so basically anything under 100 hertz is just being pulled down, which is all we really wanted. We just wanted to free up some of that low end for that kick. So it hits harder on the low end. And now let's do the same thing for the synth bus. Plugin will load. All right. Well, I guess we're just going to wait. There we go. Sidechain. Okay. I already loaded that. Okay. Let's hit learn. Hit stop. We're gonna hit kick here and then give that a listen with the kick. So there's a lot of low end happening there. And so getting that dialed in now is just going to be an absolute game changer for the low end. So I'm going to take both of these off. Actually, here what we'll do is we'll pin them up here. So we got bass guitar here and synth bus here. Oh, whoops. And I will, so let's just bypass these and just listen to the kick. Yeah, just, man, the kick is like it's just pushing through. Like you can feel more of the low, and I can feel it in my headphones even more, which you wouldn't really think. So that's amazing, super super cool. The last thing that I would do would be so in worship you have these room mics, right? And sometimes so we go to like tune the lead vocal, but in the room mic it wasn't tuned, right? Right, it was out of tune. And so if we come here to kind of a lower spot, you may be able to actually hear that. And so we to combat that, you can do, you can obviously go in and automate it down where it goes out of tune, and I'm all for that. Like I'm all for getting it as best as you possibly can. But you can also just use Curves Resolve to actually get it to just be great. But here's what I would do in this situation. So you want to keep the width of the vocal there. So what I would actually do in this situation is I would change it, because you can come in here and you can change it, the balance. You go to this balance spot, which you can do pan left and right, but you can switch it to mid side, and then if you pan all the way to the left, it creates it only in the middle. And so now I'm going to go to all, sidechain it to all vocals again as well, and then we'll hit vocals, and then we'll hit learn, and we'll go to a bigger spot here. Cool. And so now let's just hear what this does with these vocals. So we're going to solo the rooms, and we're going to solo the vocals, and let's hear what that sounds like.
Holy Spirit, fall in this place. Holy Spirit, have your way. Let your glory fall down. Let your glory fall down.
All right, let's go to a quieter spot and see what that sounds like.
Days of sacrifice. Open hands and open heart. You're the only one I want.
So it's really making the room mics almost sound like with the vocals sound wider than they actually are, which is awesome, because then you don't have to add, some false width or anything like that. And so now let's just listen to that in context.
God, I live to worship you. All my life I offer you simple melodies of sacrifice. Open hands and open heart. You're the only one I want. Your presence.
So it's really, really subtle, but it's kind of clearing things out of the way in real time for your vocals to stand out when they need to, and then it's pulling things back up. It's almost like an automatic automation type of thing. So super cool plugin. Again, if you're seeing this video within the first couple of days that I've released it, it's free. I think it's going to be really cheap, but I think it's also on both of the Waves subscription plans. So super awesome plugin that comes in handy whenever you just need to create some more space. And so hope you guys liked it. If you guys got value from this channel, please give me a subscribe. I would love to help you guys mix some more. I specialize in live recorded worship music, and I just love making music for the Lord and helping people make music for the Lord. So thank you guys for checking it out. Go pick it up. The link's down below. And again, if you guys want the multi-tracks to this song, check out my last video. And I do a full walkthrough on the mics and how it was set up and the struggles and everything. So really, really cool video that I think you guys might find interesting. And I'll see you guys on the next video.